Regardless of the cause, the world is changing. I've been waiting to talk about this topic with you guys for a very long time. Every time I go to record this video, something new happens and develops in our weather patterns. So I have to go back and kind of add in more information, and I think it's better that way. I want to talk about what is happening on our planet. The weather is becoming more extreme. Disasters are happening way more frequently than ever before. And the world overall feels like it's shifting before our eyes. On almost a daily basis, something new is developing within the disaster and weather relief area. People can say, global warming. Are we experiencing something so much bigger than that? In this video, we're going to be covering the overwhelming events taking place around the world everywhere and what this might mean for humanity overall. If this were one disaster specifically, we could chalk it up and call it a tragedy, but there's just too many things going on all at once, and I want to talk about it. You know how I feel about kind of exposing the truth on this channel. I call you truth seekers because the only reason why you would come to my channel is to learn something, maybe. This is a wave of destruction happening across the entire planet. The question that we must ask ourselves right now is why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening in so many places? And why is this happening to us? The weight of witnessing for those of us watching from afar, it is easy to feel helpless. We sit in our warm homes, well, most of us, while others stand in literally freezing cold water. We scroll past headlines while others search for loved ones. That is heartbreaking, to say the least. But awareness is not in action right now. In one place, not in one country, but literally, like I said, all over the world. So we're going to talk about all the things that are going on right now. What is happening, and does this feel normal? No, it doesn't. But this is real. This is reality, and it is happening, and we must pay attention. Put in some footage and clips for you guys to see along with the narration. When it comes to weather, I'm going to start with one of the most destructive events to take place in our current times, I think, is definitely in North Carolina with Hurricane Helene. September 2024, Hurricane Helene unleashed unprecedented destruction upon North Carolina, particularly devastating the Western Appalachian region. The storm claimed at least 106 lives and caused damages exceeding $59.6 billion, marking it as the costliest disaster in the state's history. The hurricane's torrential rains and forced winds led to catastrophic flooding, submerging homes and critical infrastructures. Communities such as Asheville, Wananoa, Spruce Pine, Chimney Rock were among the hardest hits, just to name a few.
This is Biltmore Avenue on December 27th. That's the McDonald's. They are going to remodel it right down here in Biltmore Village. I'm just going to take you on a little spin, a little loop around. None of the stores or restaurants in this area are open.
In the aftermath, FEMA was criticized for its response. Some residents felt that FEMA's assistance was insufficient, leading to discussions about the agency's effectiveness. In January 2025, President Donald Trump visited North Carolina to assess the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
I said, well, what about North Carolina? Well, you could do that. No, I can't. I said, we're stopping in North Carolina first, and then we're going to Los Angeles.
During his visit, he expressed dissatisfaction with FEMA, suggesting that the disaster response funds be allocated directly to the state governments to enhance efficiency. Since the president's visit, several significant developments have occurred to aid the affected communities. Billions in federal block grants to address the extensive damage caused by a hurricane. Commitment to rebuilding and assisting affected residents. President Trump's visit brought national attention to the challenges faced by North Carolina. I think this is from TikTok. TikTok really raised hell when it came to the California wildfires being paid more attention to, especially in the media. And yet North Carolina was basically left behind when it came to this devastation. Everybody just forgot about North Carolina. And so people started posting online. They're like, you guys are still just sitting at home scrolling on TikTok. This is what's happening to us, and nobody is coming to help. Recovery efforts are ongoing with a focus on rebuilding, providing housing assistance, and supporting economic revitalization. The allocation of federal funds and the state's proactive approach reflect a commitment to restoring the affected communities and ensuring their resilience against future disasters. Recovery efforts are basically still going. Interstate 40, a vital transportation route between North Carolina and Tennessee, has been closed for nearly 5 months. It's set to reopen, though, on March 1st. Please, if you're from North Carolina, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's going on, and I will talk about it more in our next video.
Kamala Harris is lost. Here's what Cardi B has to say, and she has a filter on her face. That's fun.
This is why some of y'all states be getting hurricanes.
Damage on this scale or this significant. A fill slope failure this long and this extensive is not something that we've ever seen before.
North Carolina is not the only place that's been devastated by hurricanes. Cannot forget about Florida enduring Hurricane Milton. Florida. Hurricane Milton, a Category 3 storm, made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida, on October 9th, 2024.
All the way up and down the Gulf Coast, this is the worst structural damage that we have seen and experienced with our own eyes,
causing widespread devastation across the state. The hurricane's powerful winds and torrential rains led to severe flooding, property damage, and significant disruption in daily life overall. In the aftermath, many residents faced challenges such as power outages, displacement, and the loss of essential services. Florida's agriculture sector suffered immensely, with estimated losses between 1.5 and 2.5 billion. Cattle ranches, citrus groves, and various crops were severely impacted, threatening the livelihoods of farmers and the state's economy. Despite these efforts, many communities continue to grapple with the storm's aftermath. Storms growing stronger, forming faster, these hurricanes left paths of destruction never seen before. Is this just bad luck or a new normal? Water being one of the most devastating and destructive elements there are on Earth, we are going to continue forward with talking about Kentucky and the Ohio River floods.
It's pretty unbelievable. There is a car completely underwater, northbound I-275.
So Kentucky had mass flooding. 14 lives were lost. Entire communities underwater. Rivers are rising, and so is the fear. I would be so scared. I feel so bad for these people. The California fires, mudslides to follow.
We are coming up on Topanga. This is all burned through, I think. We gotta get that.
Early 2025, California faced a devastating sequence of natural disasters that left communities grappling with unprecedented challenges. The catastrophic wildfires that ravaged large swaths of the state, particularly in Southern California.
Right here on the corner. And it's funny.
This is all that's left of Peggy Holter's home of 47 years.
I just don't know, and this is somebody who's always known what I was going to do and where I was going to be and all that stuff all my life. It just seems like there's a blank in my future.
These fires destroyed over 16,000 structures and caused an estimated $250 billion in economic losses, making them potentially the costliest natural disaster in U.S. history. Governor Gavin Newsom has requested nearly $40 billion from Congress to aid in the recovery efforts. Let us know in the comments what you think of Gavin Newsom. Residents and officials are working tirelessly to rebuild and restore their communities. However, the challenges are immense, and the path to recovery remains uncertain. The land having endured the ravages of fire, now facing the daunting task of healing and regenerating.
My parents couldn't afford it. They're living social security check to social security check, and it was never financially feasible for them.
While the people of California demonstrate resilience and determination in the face of adversity. Conspiracy theories surrounding California's wildfires range from high-tech to supernatural. Some believe the fires are caused by directed energy weapons.
No.
It's dark, and I know we're just
How?
gonna follow it.
How?
But it doesn't look like it does.
How? Oh my God. I'm trying to be cool, all right? But this is not an accident. You tell me. You tell me how this fire just starts out of nowhere.
Others connect the fires to Agenda 2030, alleging that the goal is to depopulate rural areas and clear land for development. What do you guys think? Weather manipulation is also suspected, with some theorists claiming geoengineering or even HAARP technology is being used to create dry conditions conducive to fire. There are accusations that energy companies like PG&E intentionally triggered fires for profit or land grabs. Some critics suggest that the climate change narratives are an exaggerated push for politics.
Sad, because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come in.
As the fire subsided, the scorched hillsides became highly susceptible to mudslides. First, not enough rain, then too much rain. Responded to 475 mudslides, with 35 buildings deemed uninhabitable. One of the creepiest, weirdest topics that I have discovered in all of my research here is definitely the water turning red. Yes, red.
February 7, 2025. In Argentina, the river has officially gone red.
Something strange is happening to the water all over the world. Lakes, rivers, and canals are turning blood red. From Sydney, Australia to Argentina, from Peru to Japan, from Jerusalem to Iran, scientists say it's an algae pollution, iron oxidation. But ancient texts spoke of waters turning crimson as a sign of a great change ahead. So what's really happening? Across the globe, lakes, rivers, and oceans are turning red. Could secret government experiments, chemical warfare, or weather manipulation be at play? Others suggest the Earth itself is bleeding, reacting to human destruction. That makes the most sense to me. Ley lines are signaling a global transformation. A catastrophic water main break in Detroit turned streets into frozen rivers overnight. Homes were submerged, cars encased in thick layers of ice, and entire neighborhoods left without power or heat as temperatures plummeted. Families awoke to find their basements flooded, their doors sealed shut by ice, and no way to escape the bitter cold. Officials point to an aging infrastructure and extreme weather as the culprits. But some ask, how much longer can our cities withstand these failures? As climate patterns grow more unpredictable and critical systems strain under pressure, are we witnessing isolated disasters or warning signs of a larger collapse? In a world where we rely on water, heat, and power to survive, what happens when all those systems fail all at once?
A 54-inch Great Lakes Water Authority main broke, ruptured. Our concern right now is for the safety of the people in this neighborhood.
Have you been seeing anything about what's been going on in Detroit? It's crazy that TikTok is like our news source, right? Because they're not putting any of this on the mainstream media news. This is what's been going on. A few days ago, a water main that was built and put into place in the 1930s broke, spilling 54 inches of water through their streets in this area of Southwest Detroit. Horrible. And honestly, I'm super thankful of TikTok because we wouldn't have heard about this otherwise, which is crazy because this is a lot of damage.
Shows us the before and after of the Detroit town that was flooded and then frozen overnight. So for those of you that don't know, apparently a water main had busted and flooded this entire neighborhood in Detroit.
One of the last topics we're going to be discussing affects me personally, and it has to do with winter weather. This weather is like no other winter I have seen before. A bad ex-boyfriend that just won't go away. That's how the winter is this year. A lot of people keep saying, oh, that's upstate New York. No, this is different. New York is no stranger to devastating winters and weather threats.
Where'd you go? All I see is fucking snow.
But the storm that affected New York in the winter of 2025 just further traumatized the people who have already suffered from Mother Nature's wrath. This storm left many in darkness and cold, including friends and family of mine. Granted, they were only without power for short stints of time, they were still left without power and heat nonetheless. Power outages were reported across the region. Specifically on February 17th, 2025, National Grid reported restoring power to more than 71,000 customers in upstate New York impacted by the ongoing winter storm. Other locations affected in New York was a newsworthy and eye-catching pileup accident in Orange County. On February 20th, a severe winter storm brought icy conditions to Orange County, leading to a significant multi-vehicle pileup on Route 9 West near Storm King Mountain. The accident occurred around 6:30 a.m. and involved up to 14 vehicles. One person was hospitalized with minor injuries. Authorities attributed the crash to black ice on the roadway. There's a vibe today. It's a totally different vibe. It's like I woke up in a different universe. I can't even describe it. A lot of people are going to be like, yeah, you're talking about all of these tragedies and stuff, but what am I supposed to do about it, Sonnet? What are we going to do? Like, why are we even talking about this? It's put me in bad mood. Well, what we can do collectively, pray. Prayer is so powerful. To send out a collective prayer for all these people and all of these devastations happening all over is the least you can do. Let's do that, okay? Regardless of the cause, one thing is inevitable, and it's the world is changing. We must pay attention and talk about it. Because if you're not talking about it and you're not bringing it up, then what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're an unconscious being if you're not discussing what humanity is enduring right now, and it's freaking me out. Are you PC? Prayer is not just words whispered in the void. It is energy. It is intention. It is the belief that love, when sent with full force, can reach across any distances. To those still fighting, we send strength. And to the earth herself, we send healing. Earth aching and alive, battered by winds, scorched by fire, drowned in sorrow, yet still you guys rise. To those who lost in the storms and floods, may love wrap around you like the softest embrace. To those who rebuild with trembling hands, may hope be your foundation. For every tree burned, may 10 more grow. For every tear shed, may hands reach to wipe them away. We are not separate from this world we are woven into. So tonight we close our eyes and send light, not just as a wish, but as a promise. A promise that we will not forget, that we won't turn away from one another, that even in darkness, we will be a light for one another. This is our world, and we will rise together again. Stay aware, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay connected. Yeah, I'm going to close out this video. I don't want to say I hope you enjoyed it, but I hope that it informed you of all of the things going on that we should be paying attention to, so that if you aren't in a crisis right now, then use your energy to help. Send out a collective prayer to help those who are suffering. Be a guided light. Maybe you aren't experiencing these things because you have the energy and the capability to send out a positive vibe to everybody else that is enduring these crazy events going on around the world. So I will see you in the next video. Our new badges that you guys can subscribe to for exclusive content. Please check them out if you like this page and you're interested in all of the bonus footage and extra information. Like to see my channel grow and get better. It's because of you that I'm able to do this, and the support is greatly, greatly appreciated. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you like this video. Liking the video or sharing the video is the way that we get this information out there, and we can collectively kind of join together. The humans that are living here on this globe, wake up, pay attention, and inform and educate yourself as much as possible, and stay positive for those who are suffering. And that's it. Until next time.